Alex McCord, and welcome to The Real Deal on thestir.com. Today we've got major drama from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, as well as gossip from New Jersey, Orange County, and news from a former Washington, D.C. housewife that will either make you laugh, cry, or gag. I'll let you decide. First, Atlanta. Last night we saw the 6th episode of Season 5, and before we get to the meat of the episode, I have to tell you about something that's been bugging me since the beginning of Housewives, and that's the music. Did you notice in the cardio cabaret scene that nobody was on the beat? It doesn't mean they were bad dancers. The editors removed whatever sound the ladies were dancing to and laid in that old schmaltzy Housewives soundtrack that's been driving everybody crazy for years. I swear the original creator of Housewives must have a lock on that theme music, because even when we got fed up in New York and I got my friends to license a bunch of new music, they still used the same old schmaltz. Oi! If anybody from Dance Moms is watching Housewives, I'm sure they're screaming at the TV. Next, Apollo apologized to Phaedra. And let me ask you all, did anyone else try to read between the lines there? Apollo said to Phaedra, "I'm not going to go out of my way to be malicious to someone." Here's what I think. As is normal on reality TV, something that is not a big deal in real life becomes an enormous, huge big deal because it's on television. Now remember, a few episodes back, Kenya produced the texts, showed them to Kandi, and the actual words were pretty harmless. Also, because Kenya and Apollo are on the same television show, they are kind of co-workers, so the rules are a little different. During my time as a housewife, and even now, I have texted or talked to other house husbands. Simon has texted and talked to other wives, and it's always something to do with gossip or logistics or damage control. In real life, you don't text somebody else's husband unless you're planning a surprise for them. But let's review. At the last reunion, Kenya brought out those texts as a weapon against Phaedra and Apollo. She fired the first shot. Kenya gambled and she lost. Now, they don't like Kenya and they like Phaedra. So the entire cast and the producers rallied around Phaedra and are now using those texts to crucify her. But ultimately, if you're Apollo and you have to choose between a housewife who twerks by the piano and the mother of your children who is a head doctor and gets wild in the bathroom, well, the choice is obvious. Okay, I'm warmed up enough to talk about Mama Joyce. Holy moly. I was simultaneously riveted and horrified. Now, my first thought was, this is the worst behavior I've ever seen on a reality show, and that's saying something. But second, I thought, hold on. Even though it's dark and sick and twisted and toxic, there's no criminal element here. Nobody's going to come out of this physically damaged as long as we all hang on to our shoes. And most importantly, for these docu-soap reality shows that we all know can be overproduced, Mama's meltdown seemed real. It seemed unrehearsed. Now, you know I'm the first one to call out a malicious edit, but I don't see it here. Even though Kandi's fiancé Todd is a former Housewives producer, so that could make the entire storyline suspect. But I'm going to go ahead and say that Mama has probably been crazy her whole life, certainly all of Kandi's life. And Kandi is used to shutting down in order to cope and survive. To everybody else, that looks like Kandi's a doormat. Even her lifelong friend Carmen, who's been around Mama her whole life, could not get through to Kandi. But, and this is a spoiler alert, let's remember one thing. If you believe the gossip, Kandi is now married. So whatever else went down this season, it seems that Kandi and Todd probably got their happy ending. However, could you believe the toxicity? I mean, the ads begging Kandi to try on another dress just so they could tear her down. This is actually where reality TV is ratings gold. All of us can sit there and judge it. I'd never let my mother do that. What kind of crazy person does that? I don't know whether there are any major fights going on in Housewives land that get this out of control without producer meddling. Yet another reason why Atlanta is the queen bee of the Housewives franchise. Next, we saw on Instagram this week that Portia Stewart is finally divorced, which means that her clock is ticking. She has until the filming of the Atlanta reunion to come up with a new storyline because the divorce is now officially a dead horse. Over in New Jersey, cameras are up on season 6, and I'm betting you they are filming Teresa Giudice every single day to get as much footage as they can before that trial in February. They've got her for 2.5 months, and then after that, who knows? It seems that Dina Manzo is shooting, and Jacqueline and Caroline are not, so all those rumors appear to be true. Dina told In Touch Weekly this week that she and Caroline have reconciled and there's no bad blood between them. However, sources are also saying that apparently that's all just a lie and it's PR spin. So, will the Manzo family drama become the next big toxic storyline after the Guidice legal mess? Do you want to watch that? Orange County is moving right along with the filming of their season 9, but Tamra Barney Judge appears to have gotten a hand slap from Bravo. She made a Facebook and Instagram post announcing a new housewife, Shannon Beater. And then, like magic, the post disappeared. Oops. Finally, remember the Housewives of DC, who actually got higher ratings than Miami but only made it through one season? Well, every single cast member of DC got divorced after their show was canceled. But the most infamous one is headed to the altar again. Alleged White House party crasher Mikhail Salahi is marrying Journey singer Neil Schon. Apparently, the happy couple tried to get a wedding spin-off reality show, but there were no takers. Now, they're selling their wedding on pay-per-view. For $14.95, reality fans can get exclusive access to their wedding, which I'll admit is cheaper than a wedding gift. According to the Daily Beast, Schon estimates that they will have 80,000 viewers. Now do the math, that's $1.2 million for the blessed event. Do you think so? Are you going to grab your credit card and tune in? One thing I will say, having met both Tarek and Neil, Mikhail knows how to pick them. Unless she changes something within herself, she's going to keep marrying the same personality over and over again. I think Mikhail should run away and join a convent, but she won't because there are no reality cameras there. Yet. Let me know what you thought in the comments. For now, I am Alex McCord. You are watching The Real Deal on thestir.com. See you next time.